So a little bit about bases. Chemically, bases are sort of the opposite of acids. And so some of their properties are opposite and some of them not so much. Bitter is not really the opposite of sour. But bases have a bitter taste. Bases are not safe to eat. And I think the bitter taste is a protective mechanism. Your body says, nasty, don't eat that, right? So we don't tend to enjoy eating bitter things. Bases have a bitter taste. Bases have a slippery feel. They feel a lot like soap because they actually react with some of the oils on your skin and make soaps. And then if you leave strong bases on your hands too long, they begin to dissolve your skin, so that's kind of a bad thing. But they have a slippery feel. Bases turn red litmus paper blue. So here they've put the paper coming in from the other side. This is red, looks like pink, I know. And it turns the paper blue. Okay, so how do you remember that? Well, there's a little bit of alliteration. Base, blue. Right? They both start with B. So the base will turn the paper blue. Now obviously blue paper won't turn blue because it's already blue. So it's the red paper turning blue. And the acids are the opposite. Any question?
Have you ever tried that experiment with it? I think, because I remember my bio teacher took, I think it was
Litmus paper?
Yeah, and had everyone taste it. And he said, he asked how many people didn't taste it. And there's like a couple, and he's like, well, you guys all did now.
No, I've never tasted litmus paper.
No, because he said, because he explained, yeah, because if you don't taste the bitterness, that means like, if you're out in the wild and you ate like a mushroom or something,
You wouldn't recognize that. Yeah, there definitely are variations in how we perceive taste, which is why everybody doesn't like the same thing. And so, yeah, if evolutionarily, if you didn't have that ability to taste bases as bitter, you could definitely be in danger. Because, young children stick everything in their mouths, right? And if it tastes good, they'll continue to eat it. And if it tastes bad, then they spit it out and they're probably safe. But yeah, if it doesn't taste bad to you, you could be dead. That's a very good point. Here's a picture of a lot of common bases. Do those look like good things to eat? No. Here's tonic water in the middle. Tonic water will not kill you. I personally don't think it tastes very good either. It's not very basic on the pH scale. It's only a little bit. Here's Maalox. It's an antacid. Those are bases, but those are safe to ingest. But the rest of these things, drain cleaner, ammonia, all these other cleaners, these all contain bases, and they are all considered to be toxic. So I already mentioned this, bases feel slippery because they form soap-like substances when they react with the oils in your skin. Bases are much less common in food. Alkaloids are organic bases that are found in plants. And hemlock is an example of an alkaloid. And if you've read any literature, you know that hemlock is poisonous. That bitter taste warns us not to eat them. Coffee is acidic overall. So coffee is not basic, but it does have some bases in it, such as caffeine, my favorite chemical, and those do impart a somewhat bitter taste to the coffee. I believe that this is the base that's in hemlock. Here are some common bases: sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, sodium bicarbonate. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. And that has some very useful properties, but we don't go around eating large quantities of it either. And ammonia, those are the most common bases that we encounter.